All aboard! Taylor Neely show is leaving the station. And by that, what do we mean? It's getting started. Right here, right now, it's getting started. The Taylor Neely show is back for another exciting rendition of the Taylor Neely show. Welcome to episode 20. No, sorry, that was my other podcast. Too many podcasts. I've been saying this, say it again. Two podcasts, too many podcasts for one guy. Too many for one guy, but lo and behold, here we are. Another day, another podcast. Hello, I'm Taylor, I'm your host. It's the Taylor Neely show, Nix the. It's good to be here. Man, I've been the sweetest boy the whole time. It's me. I've been the sweetest boy this whole time. Hello. How's it going? How are you doing? How is everybody feeling? Are you having a good day? I don't have to work today, so that's a good day. But I am my own boss, as I've said, lo and behold, so many times before. I am my own boss. Hold that thought. I need to turn off this fan. It's going to be so loud the whole time. Thank you for understanding. I had to pause for a second there because if my air purifier was on the whole time, it would have been a train wreck. Keeping with the train theme, it would have been a train wreck. Speaking of this toy, it says Hong Kong. It's a whistle. It's a little whistle I found at my client Philip's house, and he was throwing it away, and I took it. It was in his trash. I'm assuming he was throwing it away, not storing it in his trash. And Philip, if I stole your train whistle, I am so sorry. Guys, I must apologize for each and every episode. I do drink coffee on the episode, but that's because I need my pep. I need my pep. I need to put a pep in my step, because if I don't have a step in my pep, if I don't have a pep in my step, I'll be pepless. And you don't want Taylor Neely pepless. Taylor Neely pepless is a sad sack of shit. And you don't want that. You don't want sad sack of shit, pepless Taylor Neely. You don't want that. I don't know if YouTube gets mad at swears in the first 10 minutes, but who cares? I'm my own boss. I have pep in my step. I went to the driving range today, but I did not go to the driving range. I went over to the chipping and putting green, and I chipped and I putt. I practiced that for an hour and a half because that's the part of my game I want to work on. It's the part of my game I want to work on most because I love golf. And why do I love golf? Because it's not just a sport. It's like it's way more than a sport to me at this point. It's a way to spend time with my friends and my brothers and my dad and uncle and anyone and anyone who wants to golf with me. Everybody and anyone who wants to golf with me will golf. It really is a game of focus, but ease, and it's so many different things at the same time. That's why it's such a fun, beautiful game, because I grew up playing baseball and football, and I wrestled, and those are sports which rely on explosive bursts of energy. They rely on explosions from your body, not grenades or Patriot missiles we sent to Ukraine. No, explosions from your body. So if my body is a grenade or a Patriot missile, sure, that's what it is, but that's not what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is golf is the opposite of that. Golf is, for me, at least recently, it's a game of finesse and smoothness. And like if you ever watch, here's some homework for the Taylor Neely show fan base. I want you to go home tonight, fire up the YouTube, get on there and type in LPGA highlights. Especially those Korean gals. They have the smoothest, most prettiest swings I've ever seen. Something about the way those ladies can swing a golf club is so smooth and easy, and you don't need power to hit the ball far. Let the club do the work. It's much like rowing a boat. Let the paddle do the work. You're just there to be a guide for the boat. Let the boat traverse the waters that are in front of you. Let the boat traverse the rickety rapids that are coming up. And sure, you might go over a waterfall and break some bones, but you can't make an omelet without cracking a few bones. You can't break an omelet without cracking a few bones. Life is about a series of cracking bones. Cracked bones are going to make you stronger, because when a bone cracks and it heals, where it heals is extra stronger around the bones. So here's a fun theory, guys. Here's something fun to try out. I certainly won't do this because I'm not a scientist, and if you're not a scientist, you're not allowed to try these sorts of things out. Scientists get very mad at you if you try an experiment and you don't have your science guy card. Someone out there should break their bones as many times as they can. Let them heal and see if they're extra stronger. Last week I talked about bionic arms and legs. And maybe this is the natural way to get bionic arms and legs. You know, can you imagine if you could run? Just run and run and run and not get tired and run really, really fast. That's why people like convertible cars. Like a 1990. I had a 1990 Miata. It was a good little fun little car. I loved her. Her name was, I never named her. I traded it for an Audi TT Quattro. Piece of crap. That Audi TT Quattro, piece of crap. Okay? It was quick though. It was quick. But that's why people like that's why people need bionic arms and legs. People need to be able to run fast because you want to feel the breeze in your hair. You want to feel what it feels like to be a long-haired person. Everyone at some point in their life should experience long hair. And if you're balding, get plugs. Get plugs. What's stopping you from getting plugs? Is it money? They're not expensive. They're the cheapest medical procedure you can do to yourself is plugs. Hair plugs, cheapest medical procedure you can do for yourself. So quit dilly-dallying around. Quit wasting time. Quit faluging your life and being like, I don't know if it's in the budget. I don't know if it's in the budget to get plugs. I always get coffee in my mustache. And you know, I don't mean to put that on you guys. I don't mean to make you guys think it's somehow your fault, because it's not. It's not your fault at all that I got coffee in my mustache. It's my fault completely for always drinking coffee on the podcast, but I need a constant flow of caffeine in my bloodstream because I need to be ready to pop at any moment. Okay, you don't know whoever might come in busting through that door. You don't know who might come in busting through that door, huh? I gotta be ready to go. I gotta come out guns blazing, and my guns are my fists. I gotta have these puppies ready to go. These are puppies. Oof, 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 oof. And my puppies are trained, but they'll bite. My puppies, they'll bite. Oh, see, he just bit him, and that's trained. These puppies not registered with the state of Georgia, and they won't be. You're not tricking me this time, state of Georgia, into registering my hands as licensed puppies. I wouldn't dare fall for that trick, because then I've got licensed puppies in my apartment. Shut your dang mouth, okay? I'm not falling for that trick. I've tricked myself so many times in my life. I'm never getting tricked again. Trick me once, shame on you. Trick me again, won't get tricked again. I won't do it. I won't get tricked again. Convertible cars are cool, though. They are cool cars for a little bit. They do make... I think everyone should experience a convertible car at some point in their life. Something about that breeze, that open-topped breeze that is just so nice. It feels cool. People get mad. Here's the thing about feeling cool in a car. People get mad about people and their loud exhausts and their big trucks and their loud engines and their loud intakes and their spark plugs making noise and their serpentine belt squeaking, and people are like, "What that? Look at that idiot! What a careless person he is. He doesn't care for his surroundings at all." No, once you get behind the wheel of a car with a loud exhaust, like that, is something intoxicating about making those noises that feels good only to the driver. And a loud exhaust, sometimes it sounds good to me, sometimes it sounds bad. If you have a tastefully loud exhaust, I'm going to like it, but that's just the kind of guy I am. I like cars. I think cars are fun. I'm on my 8th car now. What have we had? We had Nissan Pathfinder Armada, 2004. And then 2004, and that truck gone. Beautiful truck. 2004 Nissan Infiniti G35 crashed it into a wall. Honda Fit, 2009 Honda Fit, sold recently for $4,000. And then this is the period where I owned 2 cars at the same time. 1990 Mazda Miata. Traded that for an Audi TT Quattro. Sold the Audi TT Quattro to CarMax for $3,000. Then, still had the Honda at this time, don't forget. Then bought a 2017 Fiat 500 Abarth. Fun little car. Traded that Fiat 500 Abarth for a 2009 Ford Mustang GT that was supercharged that I crashed into a wall. And then I got a 1996 Ford Ranger. Still have the Honda Fit. And then once it started, the Ford Ranger had no AC. And lo and behold, in May, I'm on my 9th vehicle. I got my 2016 GMC Sierra All-Terrain. And I love that truck. I love my truck. I love it. And I almost did get an exhaust for it. Last time I relapsed, I ordered an exhaust off AmericanTrucks.com. And then when I was sober the next day and hungover, like, this is a bad idea. I shouldn't have done this, even though I got it on a firm. Installments, the option to put things on installments is out of control. You can put a $400 purchase on installments. You can put a $200 on installments for a year. You can pay $12 a month for a year. I know why they do it, because it gets people to buy more stuff. But is that bad? I wrestle with myself because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I bought my golf bag on installments, my computer on installments. I needed the computer. Golf bag I didn't need, but I really wanted, and I've been using it for a week now. It is so much far and more between than my old golf bag. It is really way better more than my old golf bag. It was a worthwhile purchase. But here's what happened. This is the second golf bag I bought. First one I bought on Amazon, did not show up. UPS is still inspecting that. They put a claim out there for that golf bag. So who knows where it went? The UPS driver said he dropped it. He met with me. He did not. I was taking a nap when he dropped it off. And that is just confusing. Now listen, I'm not underestimating the power of UPS and FedEx and DHL and Grubhub and all these services that are good at delivering love letters and documents and babies. But, it is what it is. It'll get resolved. I just want my $250 back. Well, I want to pay off the Affirm I use for that one, too. Affirm will approve you for anything. They don't check your credit. So you can really get so much on Affirm. I got to pace myself with this coffee, because if I do too much, then I get over-focused and I lose focus. It's very weird. It's a very tricky game. I got to play with myself, everybody. Everybody, it's a tricky game. I have to play with myself. So how are we doing? Are we enjoying life? Are we in a good spot? Are there things we want to achieve that we have not yet achieved? I have right now, at the place I'm in, I am happy with what's going on in my life. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. 2 podcasts, doing comedy, going to Chattanooga tonight, going to be in Chattanooga tonight, just doing the comedy catch and then an open mic after that. But I'm going to see friends and make friends in Chattanooga. Then tomorrow I'm on a show, JJ's Bohemia, which is like a mic, but I'm doing 10 to 15 minutes. That'll be fun. That'll be a good time. I'll make new friends. And then eventually I'll have a friend in every state. And then Friday, I'm driving up to, I'm staying at Ben Levin's house in Chattanooga before I move on to Friday. And then Friday, go up to Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Make it nasty. Make it nasty, why don't you? Why don't you make it nasty? Young man, why don't you make it nasty? What you doing? What are you doing, you fucking idiot? You fucking idiot. You getting your hands in the cookie jar again? Once again? Little Johnny getting his hands in the cookie jar. You gotta think before you act, little Johnny. Thank you, that's my new character. The lady who yells at little Johnny. Little Johnny yelled at once again by the lady who is mad at little Johnny for sticking his hands in a cookie jar. Little Johnny, what will happen next? Find out next week on Old Lady Yells at Little Johnny. Here's a preview for Lady Yells at Little Johnny for next week. Little Johnny, come here. I'm going to slap the hair off your ass. No, don't do it, you stupid old lady. Don't do it. Little Johnny, I'm going to do it. So, and yeah, you kind of caught that. They're kind of Scottish and kind of British at the same time. I don't care. I didn't write it. I just came up with it. So, going to Chattanooga tonight. Be there tomorrow, and then Cincinnati on Friday. Go to a show at Commonwealth Sanctuary, which is technically in Kentucky, but it's part of the Cincinnati comedy scene. And then late Friday night, I'll go home to Columbus, Ohio to see my mom and dad, and Tucker and Buddy the dogs, and Keith and Garrett, my brothers. And Saturday, we have a wedding for Gwen, growing up friend Gwen, family friend. It's going to be a great wedding. I'm so happy for her getting married. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm pumped. It's going to be a good weekend. Sunday, chillax, relax out, just have a good day Sunday. And Monday, golf with my dad and brother Keith. There's no stopping me at this point. There's no stopping me. I'm on a tear of living life to the fullest. I'm on a tear of being grateful for the things I have and enjoying what's in front of me. I am on a tear for living life clean and serene, being the cleanest serene being there ever was. I am on a tear. I'm on a healthy, good tear. What did I have for lunch? What did I have for lunch? Am I going to tell you right now or am I not? You've earned it. I had filet mignon, wrapped in bacon. Good. It was tasty. And then I had rice. I just steamed it in the microwave. It's Thai herbs and lime rice. Delicioso. Absolutely spectacular. 2 over easy eggs. The egg juice on the inside dripping out all over the egg. It's kind of like a sauce. Egg yolk is kind of like a sauce. And I like that about eggs. I liked it about eggs is you can eat them, but they also have their own sauce on the inside. That if you have toast, you dab that toast in the sauce. Egg yolks are just nature's sauce. And daddy's sauce. You want some of daddy's sauce? You want some of daddy's sauce? Man, I'll give you some of daddy's sauce. This is the egg talking. I've got sauce inside of me and I'm an egg. Oh, sometimes my eyes get dry. Man, it's good to be here, though. It's good to be in my apartment, and it's good to be sober today, if I'm being honest with you. That's going well. I haven't been to a meeting since last week. And, sorry, I had to smell the mic. I thought it smelled like food for a second, but it did not. That's the problem with cooking food in my apartment is the smoke kind of seeps into all my stuff. And it's like I've been smoking cigarettes in here, but the cigarettes are steaks. I haven't been to a meeting since last week, but I'm feeling good. I've been praying every day. That's been going good. God has been good lately. God works in my life in great, wonderful ways. Life's been easy. I did my laundry today. Life's been easy. That's what I like. I like when life is easy. Life can be as easy as I want it to be, but it can also be hard sometimes. And sometimes I make it harder than it needs to be, and I don't even mean to. That's the tricky part. Is like how I feel right now, how I felt this past weekend, how I felt this week is how I would like to feel all the time. You know, it just at one with myself and the things around me, the things that happen to me. They're happening for me, not to me. My life is happening for me. I get to go forth and conquer the days in front of me. But it's this good attitude isn't all the time. And why can't that be? Life is just not like that all the time, but why can't it be like that? Why can't it be like that? What if it was? Is it possible that it could be that way? Is it possible that life could be that way all the time? You could just be one mood all the time, but that's the thing about people is they're roller coasters. Every person is their own roller coaster. The world is a theme park, and every single person is a roller coaster. We have 8 billion roller coasters on this planet. There's not time to ride them all. You go to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, you can try to ride all the rides. You got to get a fast pass, go to the front of the line. The fast pass gets you to the front of the line, but everyone buys a fast pass. The fast pass, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not that much more expensive than a regular ticket. Regular ticket at Cedar Point. Watch this. Let's go to Cedar Point's website. All right. Cedar Point. Cedar Point. Cedar Point. Ooh. Not Georgia. Shut the heck up. Here we are. Lowest price of the season. 2024 Gold Pass, only $99. You'd think it'd be $100 to go there for the day. Unlimited visits and free parking in 2023 and 2024, including Top Thrill 2. They're building a new Top Thrill. Wow. See, Cedar Point is the best. I went there. Oh, whoa, this is the new Top Thrill. Whoa. That's sweet. So Top Thrill Dragster was a roller coaster that you'd start here and it would launch. You go and straight up and twist sideways and then go up on the top and then twist a few times and then go down on the bottom, and that was it. It was very short. It was 12 seconds long. But you went 123 miles per hour. I can't believe they're building a new one. That's awesome. Some lady got hit in the head with a bolt, and she's going to get a bunch of money for that. But that's why they tore down Top Thrill Dragster. They're building Top Thrill 2. Incredible. Let's see. Cedar Point tickets. A daily ticket is $50. Fun day bundle. Bring a friend tickets. And after 4 p.m. ticket is $40. Only $50? Save up to $30 off the front gate. Oh, so you want to buy ahead of time on the website for sure. How much is a fast pass though? I don't know. Okay, we're not going to get into this. There's no reason to, But hey, Cedar Point, I would go there all growing up. I went there probably from, I don't know, sometime in elementary school to high school. Me and my family would go like every summer. So that would be from age, even if it was from age 7, no, probably 8, 9. We'll say 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 12 times plus a few more times, almost 20 times I've been to Cedar Point. Cedar Point is oh so fun. If you're in Ohio and you're listening to this, you can't go wrong with a family vacation to Cedar Point. It's such a fun time. And then when you're in college and you go one year, your dad would bring vodka, a big thing of vodka. And, he brought vodka every year. But once I started drinking, one year he brought it and I just had a little bit. But then at nighttime, when everyone was sleeping, I had a bunch of vodka and I got so drunk and I was just walking out to the beach. And I came back inside and I was in the bed and I was like holding my breath. I was like, well, I wonder if I can suffocate myself. And I couldn't. I couldn't hold my breath and suffocate myself. But then another year when I was in college, this was before I called myself an alcoholic probably, but drinking was a problem for me from the get, which is unfortunate. That's how I know I'm an alcoholic, because when I drink, I can't stop. And by that, I mean, it's not like physically, yes, I could stop if someone held me back, but it's like I have no control over how much I'm going to drink. Like I have no say in the matter. Alcoholism is such a weird thing, because it's like, I'm me. I am me. I am my own bones and flesh and skin and hair all over my body. I am my tattoos. I am my shoulders. I am my head. I am my brain. It's all me right here. But there's something inside of me that's also like something I don't have control over, and that's alcoholism. And it's this thing. Alcoholism is it's a spiritual thing, but also a physical thing. I have a mind that wants to drink, but a body that can't. The way my body processes alcohol is just different than how anyone else does, and that's just the fact of the matter. It's just the fact of the matter, and it's so bizarre, because I was talking to my friend Luke, came on Sober Boys, the podcast I do with my friend Drew. And Luke came on there, and he was saying, like, knowing me, we're really good friends. Knowing me, knowing a real hardcore alcoholic and drug addict, is it kind of opened his eyes to like what it is. And what it is something I'm still figuring out. And it's like right now, I've got it under control. But that's just for today that I have it under control. I can't say what'll happen tomorrow. And that's the beautiful thing I've learned in AA is I can't say what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. I have so little control over so much in my life that thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, I got to stay sober tomorrow, it does me no good. It's fruitless. There are no fruit in that basket. That basket is empty. No fruit. It is a fruitless basket to go about trying to control the outcome of tomorrow. I can't control it. I simply cannot. And that's me. And that's okay. It's something I've accepted about myself and something I'm learning about. Because not only am I an alcoholic, but I am also a drug addict that likes crack cocaine and ecstasy and methamphetamine. And I've never done heroin, but I love pain pills. They sure do feel good. Xanax, Valium, Klonopin, Ativan, hydrocodone, Percocet, Vicodin, Oxycontin, Etazolam, MDMA, MCAT. I can go on and on, ketamine, about all the drugs I know and that I've done. And what would that do? It's fruitless. It's without fruit, fruitless, no fruit whatsoever. So Cedar Point is a place you should go on vacation with your family. You should go there because it's a good place to go with your family. It's a good place to go with your family. Man, I saw this. This came up in the news. Yevgeny Prigozhin was passenger on crashed plane, Russian officials say. Russian-Ukraine war. Prigozhin listed as passenger on plane that crashed, killing all on board. Oh, the guy that tried to stage a coup. Blah, blah, blah. The authorities did not confirm whether the Wagner mercenary leader was on board when a private jet crashed north of Moscow on Wednesday, killing 10 people. Yeah, the guy that tried to do a coup against the Russian government was killed. Yeah, it was an accident. No, it wasn't. That was not an accident. That guy died, and now he's dead. That's what, I mean, this whole Ukraine thing is nuts. There's so much about it that, honestly, we don't know. It's very fishy. There's stuff about it that's fishy. It's not cut and dry. Honestly, it's not cut and dry. And I am tired of, it doesn't make sense at this point. Like, if someone has a Ukraine flag in their yard, maybe that's to say, like, hey, I'm tired of innocent Ukrainian people dying. Yes, that's fine. But there's stuff going on over there. There's meddlings by our government. There's meddlings by the Ukrainian government, everyone, that is not all as it seems. Okay, and I'm not saying one thing or another, but at this point it seems like, so maybe it doesn't make sense to completely outright support Ukraine. It doesn't, because they've done bad stuff also. They have. But it does seem from, I don't know, if you're going to be full on the Democratic point of view, blue no matter who, whatever, you have to say, like, if you don't say, Ukraine war is bad, fuck Russia, it's not like that. It's not cut and dry is all I'm trying to say. I don't have an opinion on it one way or another, but I'm past the point of my life of being, I am skeptical of things now in my life. After COVID, I got the 2 shots. I refuse to get any more. I'm not getting any more. We can't, I guess, I don't know if I can talk about that disease on here. After the pandemic, I'm simply this. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical of a lot of stuff, and I don't trust I don't trust the government now. But hey, here's the thing. I can't control that. I can't control a lot of that stuff. I have no say in the matter of many things in the world. So what's the use in getting all riled up about stuff? What's the use, Taylor, in getting all riled up about stuff? There is no use. So why have opinions in the first place? Like, I have these opinions about stuff in my head. But then I'm like, are they even that thought out? Are they even that good? Do I even abide by them? Do I stand by my opinions and thoughts? Or are these just thoughts I have on a daily basis? Are these just thoughts I have? And I think them, and I think them. But then, like, a day later, I think another thing. And I am forming my own, I guess, political beliefs and moral beliefs. But they they're mine. They're mine, and I don't feel like sharing them in a public matter, because that doesn't seem fun. I'm sure maybe at some point I will, but there's some things I'm just going to keep to myself, because I think some things are meant to be kept to yourself. It's okay to be mean to people in your head. It's okay to yell at people in your head in traffic. It's okay to do that. You're going to get mad. No one is a monk. Monks don't exist. That's a made-up thing. That's a comic book character. Monks are not real things. Monks are not real things, dude. They're not. Okay? Wherever monks live, monasteries, those don't exist. A guy that didn't jerk off for his whole life and he sits like home for 20 years doesn't exist. That's impossible. I don't buy it for a second. I don't buy it for a split second that anybody ever did that in their entire life. That's crazy. That's a waste of a life. You got to get out there, ride a motorcycle, ride a four-wheeler, get on a roller coaster, go to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, and ride Top Thrill 2. Go there, do that. Do that for you. Treat yourself. Have a fun time. Quit thinking you got to do all these things till you can go in the afterlife and have a good afterlife. Why are we doing these things? What if the afterlife isn't even a real thing? What if it's not even a real thing? What if the afterlife? What if this is the afterlife right now? What if where we're living right now is the afterlife and we got to make the most of this right here, right now? Go out there, guys. Get some rest. Big day tomorrow. You know? And I forgot I've been saying that on stage. I got to say that tonight. Hey, guys. Go home, get some rest, big day tomorrow. I love saying that on stage. It's so silly to me. And things that are silly to me, I love silly things. I love silly things so much. And I think there was a spider living in the molding of the big window right behind me here. There's a spider. He lived in there, and I would come home, and he'd be peeking out and just hanging out. I would get close, and he would scurry back under behind the molding. But then the other night, there was a spider on the ceiling. And this went on for weeks, months. I would see him. We would acknowledge one another. He would go back and hide because he's scared of me. I'm bigger than him. I could squish him. But then the other night, there's a spider on my ceiling, and I vacuumed him up. And he looked awfully like the spider that was in the molding. So maybe I didn't accidentally vacuum the spider up, but maybe I vacuumed up the spider that I was going to let live in the molding as long as he could live there. But this spider was on the ceiling, and that's where he was not allowed. He was allowed to just chill over there. That's the only place he was allowed to chill. He was not allowed to chill on the ceiling. I thought those rules were understood, but spiders do not understand concepts. Spiders are little bugs. They're arachnids. And you know what would stink? A big giant spider that could chomp you up in a couple of bites. That would be scary and unfun. A big giant spider, a couple of bites, you're all chomped up. You're gobbled up by a spider really quick. Awful way to go. Harry Potter, whichever one had the big dumb spider in it. Which honestly, Harry Potter is for nerds and dorks. Harry Potter's dumb. It's stupid. I don't care about it at all. And I only mean that a little bit. If you like it, if Harry Potter changed your life, maybe find something new to change your life again. Your life can be changed again and again. Diapers are changed so many times a day on babies. Babies soil their diapers all the time. Babies don't wear one diaper their entire life, you guys. Get over it. Babies don't wear one diaper their entire life. That's not how babies do. Babies wear hundreds of diapers a day. Babies are getting changed. Minute by minute, babies are being changed. Diapers all around the world are being put on babies. That's just the truth. Don't get it twisted. That's the truth of the matter. Babies need to be changed. I wish we could have some boss babies around here. Like in the world. A baby in a suit that could talk like Alec Baldwin. I wish we could have that. That would be so great. Why has science not done enough? Science is not doing enough to further advance the human race. What are we focused on? We're giving too much money to Ukraine. We need to siphon that money off and put it into making babies dressed in suits that can talk like Alec Baldwin and can walk. We need to make talking animals. We need to make spaghetti that also makes you energetic. Energy spaghetti. I've said it once. I've said it again. Energy spaghetti is something science should work on. Okay? And that used to be a bit of mine. Energy spaghetti. And I stand by it. I stand by it so much. I wonder if the guy who gave me this podcasting equipment will ever want it back. Nathan Driver. He's back from Australia, but he lives in San Diego. And I mean, if he wants it back, I'll give it to him. And then I'll just have to get a 4K camera and my own podcast gear. And that's going to be like over $1,000. But I have money saved. A penny saved is a penny earned. Oh, wow. So, listen, I put X amount of dollars away every Monday into a savings account. So maybe that's what a penny saved is a penny earned means. I don't know. It feels like that. It feels like that when you're saving money And you see it get bigger and bigger. It's like, wow, I have this much money saved up. And it's built up to an amount where I'm like, wow, that's great. I have this amount of money saved up, and it's a good little cushion to have in case S hits the F. You know when S hits the F? Shit hits the fan. I have a little bit of money saved up, so I have a little bit of a cushion. Because if you fall on concrete, that's going to hurt. But if there's a bed of pillows you fall onto, it's not going to hurt as much. But hey, it's good to be here. It's good to be sitting in this chair. I'm thinking about getting a new chair. That I can sit in, because this is a barber chair I found by the dumpster. By the dumpster, I found this chair. I'm excited to see my family. I love my family. They're good. They're a good family. They're great. I'm lucky with the family I have. And I realize not everyone has that. A family they love and like to see and could spend lots and lots of time. And the older I get, the more time I like spending with them. Like this 4th of July, I went home for the 4th of July to Ohio, and it was the best 4th of July in my entire life. It was like all 4 times. I got to see so many people. And I got to see all my brother's friends, which now are my friends. Shouts out Matthew and Mac and Riley. Keith's friends are my friends too. Keith is my brother. He's one of my best friends. Garrett is one of my best friends too. My best friend Blake, he just got engaged. He's going to get married. Life's good, dude. Life is good. Things are happening in my life that are just good right now. And that's where I want to be, and I want to stay and just continue to be grateful for and recognize when things are going well, because things aren't always going to be going well. Sometimes things might feel like they're going like shit. But right now, they're going good. And I have fun doing this. I have fun doing stand-up. Work is fine. Work is going just fine. Handyman, I got my big truck. Man, I love my big truck. I bought a chainsaw. Wow, a chainsaw is fun. Just it's an electric chainsaw too, but you just buzz through those trees like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Like a knife through butter. Like a hot knife through cold butter. Like a hot knife through hot butter. Why is butter so tasty? Butter's a fat, correct? I believe butter is a fat. What is butter? No, not what is buttermilk. Butter. Butter is a dairy product made from the fat and protein components of churned cream. It is a semi-solid emulsion at room temperature, consisting of approximately 80% butter fat. It is used at room temperature as a spread, melted as a condiment, and used as a fat in baking, sauce making, pan frying, and other cooking procedures. Most frequently made from cow's milk, butter can also be manufactured from the milk of other mammals, including sheep, goats, buffalo, and yaks. It is made by churning milk or cream to separate the fat globules from the buttermilk. Salt has been added to butter since antiquity to help preserve it, particularly when being transported, like on a semi-truck, or a smaller truck, a full truck. Not a semi-truck, a full truck. Salt may still play a preservation role, but is less important today as the entire supply chain is usually refrigerated. In modern times, salt may be added for taste. Food coloring is sometimes added to butter. Rendering butter, removing the water and milk solids, produces clarified butter, or ghee, which is almost entirely butter fat. Butter is a water and oil emulsion resulting from an inversion of the cream, where the milk proteins are the emulsifiers. Butter remains a firm solid when refrigerated, but softens to a spreadable consistency at room temperature and melts to a thin liquid consistency at 32 to 35 degrees Celsius, which is 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The density of butter is 911 grams per liter, 15 1/4 ounce per U.S. pints. It generally has a pale yellow color, but varies from deep yellow to nearly white. Its not natural, unmodified color is dependent on the source animal's feed and genetics, but the commercial manufacturing process sometimes alters this with food colorings like annatto or carotene. Oh man, I bet you weren't expecting to hear facts about butter today on the Taylor Neely Show, but you got them. You got them. So that's what butter is. Butter is a dairy product. And that is crazy. So that guy died. Trump campaign lawyer Rudy Giuliani lands in Atlanta to surrender in Georgia election. Trump is gonna... Rory McIlroy switches putters. The news is crazy. Trump's gonna come here to Atlanta and do his thing, and go to jail or not go to jail. I don't think he'll go to jail. At this point, he's not gonna go to jail. There's no way he's gonna go to jail. I just don't think. And oh my gosh. Excuse me. That was a big boy yawn. A big boy yawn from a big boy. That's me. I'm the big boy. It's me. I don't know what else can... It's just, politics is crazy. To get into politics now is a wild choice. It's like sociopaths up there. There's some guys I like that are running that seem level-headed, but it's like, you only get into politics to get rich. You get rich, but then a lot of the American public doesn't even like you. You tell me one American who thinks Joe Biden is doing a good job right now. It's not that he's just old. He's just so old. I'd rather my grandpa be in there than him. And that's not an opinion that I have just solely by myself. It's an opinion a lot of people have. He just isn't doing a good job. His response to Hawaii, horrendous. They hate him. I imagine his approval rating is so low. And it's like so many people thought he was going to turn everything around after Trump, and it's not gotten better. America certainly doesn't seem like it's in a better place. Okay? And that's just what I think. But that's just what it feels like. It doesn't feel like we're in a less chaotic place. Things don't seem good. Atlanta is, there's crazy stuff going on in this city. Crazy stuff. If you guys were an animal, what animal would you want to be? Would you want to be a land animal or a sea animal? Or an animal that flies in the sky? Because there's so many animals to choose from. I think I'd like to be a raccoon. Because they look like they're having a lot of fun. Raccoon or a rat, they just seem like they're having the best time in the world. Rats play around in the garbage and they are enjoying themselves. Raccoons play around in the bigger garbage and they are absolutely enjoying themselves. Raccoons are so cute. You ever see that video of that raccoon eating grapes? He's having the time of his life. Raccoons are basically little people. And that's a common theme on this podcast, is identifying animals that are kind of basically little people. And that's all right by me. I'm all right with identifying animals that are little people. Because that's me, dude. What if when you die you get reincarnated? What if? It's the big what if. Big what if. The big what if. What if when we die we get reincarnated? What are the other what ifs around the world? What if the moon is cheese? What if the moon is cheese? Huh? And we haven't been scooping out pieces of that, enjoying that on some garlic bread. What if we've been wasting our time not getting moon cheese? Huh? What if the moon is cheese? What if the earth is flat? What if birds aren't real? What if January 6th wasn't what it seems? That's very silly. We don't need to go there, but it is funny to plug that in there. What if things aren't as they seem? What if 9/11 was an inside job? What if the earth is hollow? What if the earth is the center of the universe? What if we're living in a simulation? I partly can believe that. I partly can believe we're in a simulation because it's weird things happen sometime. And I'm like, only in a video game does this make sense. Not in real life. This doesn't make sense. So someone's pulling the strings behind the scene, making certain things happen sometimes. It's like, that was too much of a coincidence to make any dang sense right now. And that's all right. That's fine. That's all right. That's fine. So, I don't know. There's so many what ifs. What if I get in a car crash? Who am I going to call? I got in a car crash. I called Ken Nugent. He got me some money. You do it. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you're owed money for being in an accident. Sue everyone. Sue anybody you can. They owe you money. You get in a car crash, they owe you money now. The insurance company gives you money for that, though, not the person. But you should have insurance. Insurance is important to have. What if the Great Wall of China is a giant snake that got tired and he's resting and he's hibernating? What if that is what the... Because, so sleepy. What if the world isn't as it seems? What if the things happening in the world are not as they seem? What if there is something that happens one day that kind of changes the way the world is as we know it? What if life changes as we know it one day to something completely different? Just what if? What if there's something that alters everything until the end of time? What if things are never the same? Something crazy happens and things are never the same. That can happen. I know that can happen. But it hasn't yet. I mean, if there is a World War III, if we do go to war with Russia or whatever, anything happens on that regard, things will be different for the rest of time. Things will not be the same. We have not had a major world conflict since World War II, and that's good. No one wants World War III. Nobody wants it. Okay, the rich people that benefit from the billionaires and the insanely rich people that benefit from war, they want it, but do they really want it? Because they might die. If war comes to the United States, we're lucky we're surrounded by land, but if war would be different. A world war at this point would be different, and I don't want that. I like where life is going. I'm 27. My life's just getting started. I just learned Post Malone is 28 the other day, and that made me feel less accomplished. But Post Malone is his own guy. I'm not Post Malone. I know maybe I'm fooling some of you that maybe I am, but I'm not Post Malone. I am not Post Malone. Okay? No matter how much I was drinking one time, and I saw Post Malone drinking Bud Lights, and he's rich. And I could be rich and be Post Malone, but that's what alcohol does to me. Alcohol tricks me into thinking I could be Post Malone, because I can't be Post Malone. I cannot be Post Malone. I'm not. I can't sing like that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I sang my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? So maybe I am kind of like Post Malone, but I can't do the things he does. I'm getting tattoos. I don't have a 6-wheel car. I'm not Post Malone. As much as I just killed that rendition of the alphabet, I'm not Post Malone. So sorry to disappoint everyone. Sorry to disappoint that I'm not Post Malone. I can't be everything for everyone. What I can be, though, is the host of the Taylor Neely Show. I can be that for everyone. I can be that for me. I can be that for anyone and everyone. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm anything else other than me. And there's a song by Charlie Pride that is I'm Just Me or something like that. Something of that sort. And it's a good song. Down at the railroad station. You know that song? Oh, man. Well, I think we're coming to a close here. We're wrapping it up. I've coffeed myself out. I need to edit a clip together and put it out. And I really don't have to. I get ready to go to Chattanooga. It's about a 2-hour drive to Chattanooga. Show is at 7. If I leave at 3, be there at 5, 2 hours early. If I leave there at 4, get there at 6. I think leaving at 4 would be a good idea. I should leave at 4. I got an hour and 13 minutes till I gotta go. And that's all she wrote. I mean, thank you to anyone that's listening to this. I don't know if anyone's listened to a single one of these all the way through, but I'm going to keep doing it because, who's it hurting? Huh? Oh, there's little tiny people inside of my computer and they're working really hard to get this podcast out there. That's hurting those people in there. No, that's not a real thing. There aren't little tiny people inside of my camera. There aren't little tiny people inside of my computer. There aren't little people inside of my tiny microphone or like biking. Like there's a bunch of people inside of every electronic device. There is, you ever think about that? Kind of like Osmosis Jones, but of comedy. Like there's someone on a little Peloton bike, a bunch of people just pedaling. Like how people used to go across the ocean. Wow. Like people used to go across the ocean and like row. Wow, what's that? It's like, yeah, you do that to push forward. But they had giant boats and they would row across the ocean with a bunch of people underneath, a bunch of slaves underneath, because they didn't have motors. They must have had sails, but man, that's how people used to get across the ocean. That's crazy. They used to have a bunch of slaves underneath. And slaves, I mean, in America we had black slaves, but I think there also used to be white slaves back in like Roman times. Let's find that out real quick. The last fact. Historical slaves. History of slavery. The history of slavery spans many cultures, nationalities, and religions from ancient times to the present day. Likewise, its victims have come from many different ethnicities and religious groups. The social, economic, and legal positions of enslaved people have differed vastly in different systems of slavery in different times and places. My goodness. Slavery has been found in some hunter-gatherer populations, particularly as hereditary slavery, but the conditions of agriculture, prehistoric and ancient slavery. God, slaves in chains during the period of Roman rule in Smyrna. Dang, 13th century slave market in Yemen. That is wild. Who were slaves in Rome? Who were slaves in Rome? Most slaves during the Roman Empire were foreigners, and unlike in modern times, Roman slavery was not based on race. Slaves in Rome might include prisoners of war, sailors captured and sold by pirates, or slaves bought outside Roman territory. Oh my gosh. The British Museum, PBS. Wow. Slavery in ancient Rome. Slavery in ancient Rome played an important role in society and the economy. Besides manual labor, slaves performed many domestic services and might be employed at highly skilled jobs and professions. Accountants and physicians were often slaves. Slaves of Greek origin in particular might be highly educated. Unskilled slaves, or those sentenced to slavery as punishment, worked on farms and mines and at mills. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How would, if you escaped being a slave, if you escaped, I mean, you couldn't be tracked. So it must have been a lot easier to escape back then. And it wasn't based on race, so people couldn't. That's the thing about, it was based, American slavery was black people were enslaved. And you can see a black person because of their skin. But anyone could have been a slave back in. So what made you, that's crazy. And slavery is bad. Slavery is a very bad thing, and we don't do it anymore in America, but I've heard they do it in other countries, which, guys, cut it out. That's my plea to you today is stop enslaving people. It's not good. It's not good. Well, we've done it once again. Taylor Neely Show. Once again, another one in the books. Another one for the ages. Another one to one day look back and be like, wow, he did it. He really talked about slavery on the 8th episode. We didn't think he would do it or even should do it, but he did it. So, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one and each of you for being here in my time of need. I love you all so much. That's it. That's the show. That's the show. Once again and once and for all, the show is over. Go home, guys. Hey, guys. Go home and get some rest. Big day tomorrow.